So, if you are tired of renting apartments, sick of paying rent, or just done with dealing with annoying landlords, well, how about flipping the script? Now you can become one yourself. Welcome to Rentlord, a game where you are the landlord. That's right, buy up a whole bunch of buildings, rent them out, and ethically and responsibly increase rent to grow your real estate empire? Definitely ethically. Rentlord is a strategic roguelike tycoon management game where the goal is simple: build, upgrade and multiply your income until you're basically printing money. It's got that addictive gameplay loop where you start small and grow into a real estate beast.
It's free real estate.
The mechanics are easy to pick up. Each run starts with a choice of different starting rules. Some give you more starting cash, others tweak the difficulty. The core gameplay is broken into 10 weeks, each split into 5 days. Every day you collect rent. Every week you have a financial goal to hit. And if you hit it, you move on. But here's the catch, it's not about getting cash from the start. You just need your weekly income from rentals to match the target. You can blow all your money on properties if you want, as long as those buildings bring in enough sweet, green, lovely cash by the end of the week. Your main job? Buy buildings, rent them out and slap on plugins. More on that later. To boost profits. That's it? Well, almost. There are different types of buildings. Residential, farmland like forests or crop fields, commercial, shops, restaurants and industrial, factories that print money like it's candy. You start with a bit of cash, probably enough to buy a tiny farm or a shack, but from there the real empire begins. And soon you're gonna be the poor people nightmare. Every building has a base value and a multiplier. When you rent it out, your tenants boost both of these numbers. Each tenant has their own willingness to pay, which affects how much money you pull in. You choose from 3 random tenants per building, each with different effects: payment, power and rental duration. And yes, once the lease ends, you can kick them out, politely, of course, and bring in someone new who pays even more, because the previous tenancy impacts the base price of the building. Each time you cycle a tenant, the building's value grows, your rent multipliers, and you start stacking those sweet dollars. The buildings evolve too. Residential properties include basic houses, apartments, and even a literal castles, or shops branch into restaurants. Each one gives you more income, but obviously costs more. It's the classic Tycoon formula: spend money to make even more money. Now let's talk plugins. These are perks or bonuses that add modifiers to gameplay. You get 2 free ones to choose at the start of each day, and you can reroll them for cash. Just don't go overboard, each reroll gets more expensive, and plugins also cost differently based on their rarity. Plugins can do all sorts of things. One might give you an extra $500 every time you collect rent on residential buildings, others might tweak randomness, like making one building pay less today and another pay more tomorrow. My favorite? The plugin that shortened tenants' contracts. Kick them out faster, bring in someone richer, beautiful. So you'll be charging poor tenants a bajillion dollars a day and wondering, how the heck are those broke college kids afford this? But hey, they pay. Don't ask questions. As you play, you unlock more plugins by completing achievements. That means more perks in future runs and more variety. There are actually a fair bit of depth with the building types and subtypes, but also some things that are still kind of meh. For example, tenant classes exist, technically, but they don't really matter. I tested this a lot and right now their class doesn't impact rent behavior or game events. The only time it matters is if you have a plugin that boosts earnings for a specific tenant class. Otherwise, just pick whoever pays the most and move on. Not super deep. And that's one of the game's weak spots. It's fun, sure, but it can get repetitive. You are just buying buildings, upgrading them, stacking plugins and repeating. There is no building maintenance, no disasters, no events, no tenants burning down the place because you raised rent by 5,000%. Nothing like that. Also the UI, bit clunky, the list of buildings and tenants is just that, a list. There is a sad face icon next to your tenant, probably because they are broke, but it's all just stacked vertically. No colors, no visual grouping, just icons. When you have tons of buildings, it gets chaotic. I'd love some kind of color coding or outlines to make it easier to navigate. Oh, and this one is personal pet peeve. You can't scroll the list with your mouse wheel. you have to click and drag the scroll bar. Why? Now, to be fair, there are some nice quality of life features. You can change your in-game desktop wallpaper, which is hilarious. There's also a CRT monitor filter over the whole game, giving it that old school retro vibe. You've got your basic UI icons, maps, plugins, calendar, and that calendar is actually useful. It tells you how many days are left in the week and whether you have hit your goal. Also, you can turn off calendar popping up after rent is collected, if it annoys you. And here a cool bonus. If you reach your income goal early, you can pay your dues ahead of time and get tax discounts. Yep, early payments equals bonuses. Nice touch. To wrap it up, Rentlord is kinda of like Balatro in spirit. In Balatro, you build up your hand to maximize points through multipliers. Here is buildings and rent. Same energy, just more about money than poker. Balatro is more strategic, though there is more thinking, more depth. Rentlord is chill, you can jump in, play a short session, then forget about it. It doesn't stress you out. No timers, no pressure, just click, build, upgrade and vibe. The pixel art is cute, the music is chill, the gunplay is straightforward, and the price totally fair for a few hours of fun. Not a game you will sink hundreds of hours into, but it's cozy, light and satisfying for some time. And hey, if you want to check it out, I've got a link down in the description for you. And if you are into discovering cool indie games you've never heard of, hit that subscribe button. I will keep digging up more hidden gems for you to check out. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one, bye!